Welcome back. No doubt you have heard about or maybe even felt the rise in egg prices lately. From December of 2022 to January of this year, prices rose another 8.5%.
The good news is there are viable substitutes we can use when cooking and baking, and here to help us with that is Becky Krystal, staff writer for Voraciously at Washington Post Food. Good to have you, and I know you were testing out all these substitutes for us.
Yes, I catered this segment for you.
Thank you.
So first off, why the rise in prices? Why are we seeing this?
Yeah, the primary factor is this avian flu that started affecting flocks last year. We lost tens of millions of egg-laying hens, which was huge. So that's the major hurdle at this point on prices.
Okay, so we've got egg prices, but also maybe those that might want to take eggs out of their diet as well. So you made some blueberry muffins for us, right?
Yeah, I did. I mean, the great thing is that vegans and people who have egg allergies have been making these kinds of substitutes for a long time, so we're not reinventing the wheel. So I pulled out some of, I think, the easiest, best swaps, and should we go ahead and walk through them?
Let's do it.
So one thing to keep in mind is that typically you want to put back in a quarter cup for every egg you take out. So this recipe uses 1 egg. And so first we have our control, which is egg. They're very nice and tall and brown. And so that's our standard. And here we have an egg replacer. These are powders. They typically mix some starches and leaveners, and you mix them with a little bit of water and add that. And it worked pretty well. They're a little pale because they don't have like the same like sugar and protein makeup to give you all that browning, but still really handy. It works really well with cookies too, I found.
Okay. Probably substituting eggs is easiest with baking.
It is, especially if you're using a few. I mean, you're not going to make a great omelet or frittata if you just try to use one of these, so don't do that. But baking, this is well-trodden territory.
I can't even tell.
I think you're going to find that the case on a lot of these. Yeah, I think so. So next up is applesauce. I used a quarter cup of applesauce plus a quarter cup of milk. You get that nice browning from the sugar in there. They're a little flatter just because it was wetter, but again, really nice, tender texture.
Those are the ones that look different to me.
Yeah, right. If you were gonna like put them in a lineup, so it still works really well. People like to use applesauce in lieu of oil sometimes too.
Yes. So the ratio for the egg to the applesauce.
Yeah. So a quarter cup of applesauce per egg, and then I also did a quarter cup of milk, but you can kind of play around with that.
Okay.
So those are probably going to be a tiny bit sweeter, I would say, but in a good way.
You can tell they're denser.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
as fluffy.
Yeah, and you notice it when you mix it. Yeah. And so next is something similar, which is yogurt, right? It provides moisture. You get that nice tang from the yogurt. Get a little more rise because the acid reacts with the leaveners in the muffins. Also very handy. They look great. I like these a lot too.
Do they keep like probiotic factors in it? And you think it's still as hell? Are we getting the benefits of the yogurt?
Yeah. Yes. If it makes you feel better, absolutely.
Can I say that this is a really good quality breakfast?
Yeah, I've eaten a lot of these, so I'm gonna go with yes. So that one, again, these are both ways to keep that really nice texture.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
It's not as like dryish, you know, it's still it tastes just like a...
The only thing I would say, don't use like your creme brulee, marshmallow, whatever flavored yogurt, because then it might mess up whatever you're baking. Stick with plain.
Okay.
You put coconut yogurt in there. Okay, I'm seeing from the egg replacer, there's like a little aftertaste. Do you taste that after? No? You just kept going?
It could be, because there are more leaveners in there. Sometimes when there's more baking soda or powder, you can get a slight metallic taste. So it could be what you're getting. Okay, it's hard to say. Last is flax. It's a ground seed, and you mix it with water and you let it set. It's usually like 1 tablespoon of flax to 3 tablespoons water. It sets up like an egg if you let it sit for 10 or 15 minutes, and then you just add it in. I think flax is a really good dupe for egg. I've used it a lot in cookies and in these, so also very promising. You still get that moisture from the water you mix it with.
And I always have flaxseed in the house
because really
it doesn't
handy.
expire. You know, it takes a long
keep it in the fridge and it lasts a long time.
With it. So now I know.
All
right, good.
That's great too.
I think yogurt's my favorite.
I think
I'm with you on that one. Thank you so much. I know you did a lot of work for this, but you're helping us save money at the grocery store. You can check out more of Becky's articles and recipes that she has for you at Voraciously at WashingtonPost.com. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. This was fun.